The Galapagos Islands, a remote paradise that sparked Darwin's theory of evolution and still feels like a sanctuary for wildlife found nowhere else on Earth. But what if I told you that back in the 1930s, one of these pristine islands, Floriana, became the backdrop for a dark and twisted mystery? It's a story packed with utopian dreams, bitter rivalries, and a string of disappearances and deaths that remain completely unsolved. This is how a real-life Eden became a living nightmare. It all started in 1929. A German doctor named Friedrich Ritter and his partner Dor Strauss showed up on the uninhabited shores of Floriana. They were trying to escape what they saw as the corrupt, sick world of modern society. So they literally left their spouses behind in Germany to go build a new Eden from scratch. Ritter was so intense about his vision that he had all of his teeth pulled out before the trip, just to avoid any potential dental problems down the line. Yeah, you heard that right. They were soon joined by another German family, the Whitmers-Heinz, his pregnant wife Margaret, and their son, who were also looking for a simpler life. For a short time, these few settlers managed to coexist on their isolated volcanic island, carving out a tough but quiet existence. But that quiet world was completely shattered in 1932 with the arrival of the self-proclaimed Baroness Eloise von Wagner-Bosket. Flamboyant, dramatic, and domineering, she landed on Floriana with her two lovers, Robert Philipson and Rudolf Lorenz, in tow. The Baroness had zero interest in a quiet philosophical life. She immediately declared herself the Empress of Floriana and announced these grand plans to build a luxury hotel for passing millionaires, which she called the Hacienda Paradiso. You can probably guess what happened next. Tensions skyrocketed. The Baroness's wild and controlling personality was the exact opposite of the settlers who were already there. She reportedly started intercepting their mail so she could rewrite their letters for the international press, making herself the star of the island. And within her own strange little group, things were turning sour. Her lover Rudolf Lorenz was treated horribly by the Baroness and Philipson, and he even told others he was scared for his life. Paradise was quickly turning into a prison of paranoia and resentment. Then, on March 27, 1934, the story takes its darkest turn. The Baroness and her favorite lover, Robert Philipson, vanished without a trace. The stories of what happened are all over the place. Margaret Whitmer claimed the couple simply told her they were leaving on a friend's yacht that was headed for Tahiti. But here's the thing. No one ever saw a yacht like that, and no ship was ever recorded in the area. Even more suspicious? The Baroness left behind almost everything she owned.
Dor
Strauss told a very different story. She claimed she heard a long, terrible scream on the day they disappeared, which was followed by a deeply unnerving silence. She and Dr. Ritter suspected foul play, believing that Lorenz had murdered them and that the Whitmers helped him cover it all up. To this day, nobody knows what really happened to the Baroness and Philipson. The mystery didn't end there. It only got deeper in the months that followed. Rudolf Lorenz, the lover who had been mistreated, tried to get off the island as fast as he could. He paid a Norwegian fisherman to take him to another island so he could catch a boat back to Europe. They never made it. Months later, their mummified bodies were discovered on the desolate shores of Marcina Island, way off their intended course, having apparently died of thirst. And the tragedies just kept coming. That November, Dr. Friedrich Ritter died. The official cause was food poisoning from eating chicken that wasn't cooked properly. This was incredibly suspicious, not only because Ritter was a known vegetarian, but also because he was an experienced survivalist. He would have known if the food was spoiled. Margaret Whitmer claimed that as he was dying, Ritter cursed Dor Strauss, blaming her for his death. Strauss, on the other hand, wrote that his end was peaceful. So, you have a group of people searching for paradise, and within just a few years, 5 of them are either dead or have vanished. Was it all just a string of horrible accidents, or was it cold-blooded murder? What do you think really happened on Floriana? Drop your theories in the comments. When the dust settled, only Dor Strauss and the Whitmer family were left. Strauss went back to Germany shortly after Ritter's death, but the Whitmers stayed right there on Floriana. Their descendants still live on the island today, running a hotel and have become a living part of the island's strange history. The story, which became known as the Galapagos Affair, has inspired books and a documentary film, but it remains one of history's most baffling, unsolved mysteries. What really happened on that remote island is a secret the Galapagos will probably hold on to forever,